Hello, welcome back to my garden. I've already been working out here under the broiling sun here on a beautiful 4th of July here in Eastern North Carolina, growing zone 8B. And as you can see from my zinnias here, they're doing quite well. They are kind of loving the heat, I guess, as long as I keep their feet wet, which I have been doing. My sunflowers are getting bigger every day. Flies are everywhere. And I still haven't trimmed my hedge, which I should probably do today. Maybe I'll do it this evening, because the next, allegedly, 7 to 10 days, it's going to be on again, off again rain. Maybe, possibly. This is weatherman's best guess. And what I'm thinking is there's going to be scattered showers. So we may be dry one day where they are predicting rain, but the next day we may get an inch of rain. And the day after that we may get a ½ inch. And the day after that we may get a 1/3 of an inch. It's all going to vary depending upon what Mother Nature decides to do. And who am I to argue with Mother Nature? Today, we are going to be doing some planting, yes, on the 4th of July, because what better day than to plant something here on the 4th of July, and I have the perfect crop to plant on the 4th of July, at least for me here in growing zone 8B. Before we get to that, I want to plant some more sunflowers. What's it been, 249 years now? Something like that? That's pretty amazing. So if I haven't already wished you happy 4th of July, happy 4th of July. And hope all of you are staying safe out there. Be careful with your fireworks. Don't eat too much and don't drink too much, that's for sure. But have fun. In the meantime, right here I have 2 sections of my in-ground beds, and if you're watching the channel for a while, I've been doing a no-cut flower garden. Not that I'm opposed to cutting flowers, but the flowers that you saw in the beginning of this video, again, many of you already know this because you're regular viewers. I think there's like 4 of you who regularly watch this channel. I basically just planted a bunch of zinnias and black-eyed Susans and echinacea here behind the fence in my vegetable garden to keep them from being eaten by deer. Because if I plant them out in my flower garden, the deer will definitely eat them, because they have. In this bed, I tried to plant up a mixture of different types of marigolds. I can't remember which varieties. I did not label it. My fault. I thought it would be pretty identifiable by almost now. But I do have some marigolds are pushing up, which is fabulous. I believe, actually, I'm not sure if this is a marigold or if this is a weed. That's a tough one. It might be a weed. Some of these weeds around here. So I have 2 marigolds for sure. That one I think I'm not, you know what? That's a weed. I'm calling it. It's a weed. It's gone. But I'd like to fill these 2 spaces as opposed to leaving them barren and letting the weeds grow up into them. Like I said, I do have 2 small marigolds. Unfortunately, out of the entire, I mean, probably planted a couple hundred seeds in here at least, maybe 100. But nothing really came up other than the 2. Could have been for various factors, including the heat and the sun. Whew, it is hot. So what I'm going to do today is plant up a variety of flowers, I think in both these. And I'm not going to do anything in order. We're not going in order. We're just going to go crazy here. And the first thing I'm going to plant up is some Titan sunflower. I have some seeds left over. Many of my sunflower seeds are getting older. 2, 3 years old now, I think. So we're just going to start sticking these in the ground here. And again, nothing. I'm not trying to do any sort of designs or anything special. I'm just trying to use up these seeds, because then I'll buy fresh seeds for next year. Or if I'm really clever, I can harvest these seeds at the end of the season if they all do grow. But we will have to wait and see. I'm actually going to plant these a little dense, just in case we get a nice late season tropical storm. I don't want the sunflowers blowing over if I can avoid it, and if they can support one another. That would be fabulous, because I do live in coastal North Carolina here, so I always run the risk of, there we go, tropical storms. We're going to put 2 over here. 1, 2. And let's reach in my box here and find something else. I have got a bunch of seeds here marked Marigold Yellow. I don't know the variety, but I did collect these seeds last year. So I think what I'm going to do is just right in between some of these sunflowers, we're just going to sprinkle out some marigold seeds. Again, these are all collected. And I have no idea what's going to grow or not grow. But if I can get some marigolds to grow at the base of these sunflowers, I think that'd be pretty cool. Go there. Oh, let's move down here a bit. Man, it is toasty. How is it by you guys? Leave a comment below. Let me know how the weather is by you. Is it pleasant? Is it broiling hot? I think a couple of you that follow are somewhere down here in the south with me here. And I think some of you that follow me are in the mid-Atlantic region. I'm just very sloppily overseeding these marigold seeds that I collected into little trenches here. No particular order. It's too hot. And I'm not going to argue with the plants. In fact, I just sprinkled some on the ground because they were sticking in my hand. But this is okay. And I think a couple of you that do follow me on the channel are from northern climates. Pacific Northwest. I feel like one of you has mentioned in the past that you're from like Michigan or Montana or Nebraska, someplace. Leave a comment below if you're in some extreme far off region or you just want to say hello. Oh, now we still got the back of this bed. I'm thinking maybe some more sunflowers. How about some mammoth gray stripe? I've got a few of these seeds left in the packet. Oh, there's like 2. Well, there you go. So we're just going to squeeze in 2 of these mammoth gray stripes. And we will see what happens. Nothing may actually come up. I have been having a problem this year with something small, probably furry, eating up my young seedlings as they come out of the ground, which is very unusual. So I'm suspecting mice because I have put cages over them. It's either mice or it's some sort of beetle. I'm going to oversow these 2. We will see what happens. All right, I think that'll take care of this bed. We'll have a bunch of marigolds, maybe, hopefully, coming up, along with a bunch of sunflowers. That'll be fun. Now, if you're living in a northern climate, let's say 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, your growing seasons are much shorter than mine, but down here in 8B, my first frost comes around mid-November-ish. Sometimes depends upon the weather, sometimes early November, sometimes late November. I think last year our first freeze or frost was, I want to say early December. And it may be the same thing this year too. NOAA is predicting that we're going to have a warmer than normal fall and / winter. And then I think they're saying from like December, January, February, the long-term prediction right now is going to be drier than normal, which isn't great, but it's not terrible. Again, we'll have to monitor the thing and see what plants are actually growing in the ground. How much will I have to hand water? And for instance, I plan on putting some trees in the ground in the fall. And if it's going to be drier than normal, if there'll be a maybe 2-week period without rain, I may have to hand water those, hand water those trees that I put into the ground just to keep their roots moist. Not that they'll be really growing. In this bed here, let's see what I got left here. Mongolian Giant. This one was a fun one. I do have some Mongolian Giant growing over there. I'm going to step back over here so I know I'm in camera shot here. And you know what? I think we'll start off with some crackerjack seeds here, marigold crackerjack. We'll see how they go. These are seeds again I collected. Again, I'm going to oversow. Don't know what's going to come up, if anything. There we go. Push that dirt right back over. Mongolian Giants we're talking about. Let's see if we can use up these seeds. Oh, looks like, what do I got here? 6 or so. Plant some right up front here. Front of the bed. Plant some right behind the marigolds. A little further back, what else we got here? I used up the Titans. Zinnia, peppermint stick. I don't think I've grown this one before. Nope, I haven't. I bought these seeds from Southern Seeds, which is now called something else, I believe. But I think if you type in southernseeds.com, not sponsored, it'll redirect you to their new site. So we're going to give these peppermint stick zinnias a try. Not sure what these, I presume they're going to be red and white, but let's see. Whew, doesn't tell you how big they get. All right, there you go. Let's do a couple of rows of that. That's a little too much, that's okay. Okay, use that up. And what are these? Chocolate cherry sunflowers. Now, if you recall, I planted some chocolate sunflower along the hedge a couple of weeks ago. Maybe 3 weeks ago. And I think a few came up. I think a bunny has eaten one, or mice, or whatever it is. So we are going to just turn around, see if we can't get some of these into the ground. Jam that in, jam that in. And we'll see, maybe these will come up. And if all goes to fruition, I will have a bunch of sunflowers right over here, which would be fabulous. I still have some marigold seeds in here, not much. Drop a few in there. That's done there. What do we got here? That's peppermint. We used up the peppermint. Here's some Cracker Jacks. Let's drop some Cracker Jacks right here in a row. There we go. Hopefully, these two bed areas will fill up with sunflowers and marigolds. And I think that'll be really fun. And if my counting is correct, see, we're in July, August, September. I mean, I still might be enjoying sunflowers right until October, which would be really, really fun. And I think some of you who are in colder climates will probably enjoy looking at. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see. Let's move on with planting something else. The keen eye of you may have observed that this was the bed that I had my corn in. And I harvested my first corn earlier this week, tasted it. It was absolutely delicious. Now all the kernels had done their thing, had come up, but enough of the corn, the cob, had, let's say 3/4 of the cob had filled out with kernels. And then it tasted absolutely wonderful. Like I said, I tried one. So then I decided to start harvesting the other kernels, the other cobs. And I quickly discovered that not only was I going to enjoy the sweet corn, but also the fire ants were. They had come up in the far corner of the bed over there. Didn't even notice them. There was a little dirt mound on the bottom that, again, I didn't notice until too late. And what they were doing is just moving to all of the different cobs, stalks, and then they were climbing up the stalks, drilling a little hole right through the outer coating, the leaves there of the cobs, and then getting to the kernels. So when I did open up a cob of corn there, peel back the things, there were all these little brown kernels, and that was the kernels that were attacked or eaten or being drank on by the deer. I also got bit up quite a bit. So that was very upsetting, aggravating, annoying, frustrating. I did put down some ant killer, biological ant control there, and they seem to have not gone away, but at least been reduced. I'll probably put down some more bait down there in the corner. But I'm going to plant a crop in here now that the fire ants really haven't bothered with, at least in the past. Something that I can enjoy later on in the summer, and something that will definitely enjoy the sun and the heat and the damp that we're getting. And that is sugar baby watermelons. If you guys grow sugar baby watermelons, give me a shout below. They're good size, just for maybe a small family or just a couple of people. The melons don't get that big, and each vine only puts out 1 or 2 melons. I put a total of 6 seeds in. I do not plan on growing 6 vines. I'm only going to grow, let's say, 2, so that should give me about 4 melons to enjoy. Sometimes last year, I think me and my wife only had 1, and we gave 3 away. These are older seeds. I think they're a couple of years old. They should theoretically be fine, should grow. We will find out. I think the germination on watermelons is pretty quick. Let's see here. Maybe I'm wrong. 5 to 9 days. So 5 to 9 days, seeds should start germinating. I should start seeing stuff pop up. And as I said earlier, we're supposed to be getting rain for like the next 10 days. So hopefully the seeds germinate just a little bit quicker. And then we'll get some awesome watermelons. Let me show you something else real quick. These watermelons here are Texas Grana watermelons. Woo, the heat is cooking my brain. These onions here are Texas Grana, and they're ready. A couple of them, they say that one way, and if I'm wrong, guys, experienced gardeners or gardeners who have just a lot more brain cells than I do, please let me know. But normally, I believe you would harvest your onions when the stalks go over like this. And you can see this is a pretty hefty onion. We do have a little bit of a soft spot there. That's not too bad, but we'll see. With the rains upcoming, I think what I'm going to do is start pulling some of these early. And I'll lay them out in the greenhouse where they can dry out. Like this one looks perfect, feels perfect. No rotten spots, as it were. The first one I pulled may have had a rotten spot. This one may be a little rotten, maybe. We'll see. Sometimes they feel, I think, in my opinion, a little soft as they come out of the ground, but then they start to harden up once they start airing out or drying out. But Texas Grana Texas early grano, I apologize, is looking really great. I mean, these are nice big, I believe they're white or maybe yellow onions. Either way, they're wonderful. They smell incredible. And well, as I said, I'm going to lay these out into the greenhouse to start drying, and then hopefully in a few weeks I can give them away or store them or cook them, eat them. Yeah, let's put them away. Hello, butterflies. There are a ton of butterflies flying around right now, which is really awesome. But it's tough to get a picture of these guys, and I try to get pictures and post them over on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you can give a follow on me on Instagram. I often try to post pictures that you won't see here on YouTube, behind the scenes, other things. Or even check out the YouTube homepage and go to the posts section. Got a nice little community there. It's probably about 6 people who check that out on a regular basis. I post up behind the scenes photos. I'll let you know if I'm taking a day off or something's happened. I do polls and quizzes there. The quizzes are a lot of historical plant stuff, or where did zinnias originate from, that kind of thing. It's fun, and I think it's fun because enough of you keep replying to them. So you can go over to that and check that out. Once the sun starts going down this evening, I'm going to take these, give them a good trim. I will have to come back in the fall as well because this is a privet and they grow awfully fast. So this will be their first trim, and then they get a second trim probably October, November time. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below. I do owe you guys a vegetable garden tour, I believe, and a flower garden tour. And with the upcoming rains next week, like I said, I think they're going to be spotty. I think that'll be a good time to get out and do those tours for you guys. So there's that. I also owe you guys a couple of concrete videos, so I'm going to try to get those done in the next couple of weeks. I haven't been making any concrete edging for 2 or 3 weeks now for various reasons. One of them is just because it's so bloody hot out, and it does take a bit of physical labor, but I have to get back into that because there's a bunch of edging that I want to get done this year. It's a yearly goal that I try to get so much edging done. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, click that bell icon to be notified when I do post a new video. Whew, it's hot. I gotta go get something cold to drink and get in the air conditioning. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.